Austrian-British philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein said, "Never stay up on the barren heights of cleverness, but come down into the green valleys of silliness," meaning we must never actually persist in our ignorance, arrogance, aggression, or other dangerous tendencies, attitudes, or behaviors that obviously harm us and affect our behavior and communications, and also toward growth and progress, and makes success, learning, and obviously progress less likely, not only in the present but also the future in one way or another. And that means we must never entertain the desire or the willingness to dwell or stay in our own ignorance, desperation, frustration, arrogance, or envy, hate, etc. Because all of these qualities and conditions can only produce harm and danger and lead to the extinction of not only ourselves but also the whole of humanity in one way or another. And that means we must never actually believe that we have all the knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, and prosperity in the world, and that we're always clever, cunning, and lofty, when in reality we may not actually be so clever, knowledgeable, wise, or intelligent as we assume or think ourselves to be, and that other people may actually be more intelligent, clever, knowledgeable, or wise than we are in the present. And that's why, as I mentioned earlier, instead of dwelling in the same sort of tendencies or qualities of arrogance, ignorance, aggression, or instead of persisting in the wrongs of indecision and wrong character, behavior, mentality, we must try to constantly seek growth, prosperity, learning, and progress and enhancement to our character, mindset, perception, and action that directly translates and relates to our real life behavior and communications and relationships, and makes everything better, more efficient, and stronger than ever before. And that can only happen when we have the ability to bend to the heights of humility, modesty, and moderation. So we basically have to adopt or develop moderation, modesty, control, discipline, and restraint in ourselves as well as in our behavior and actions, so that we can avoid the extremes of aggression and the radicalization of anger, aggression, hate, jealousy, envy, etc. So we basically have to be willing to come down to the valleys where there is the scope for learning, and where there is silliness, and the scope for growth and progress also.